Melody Show.
It's the Tach Melody Show, bitches!
The Tach Melody Show.
Hey, what's up? This is Tach Melody from the Talk to the Melody Show, and you are tapped in tonight on season 2, episode 2. And tonight I have a very special guest with me. Can you please introduce yourself to our viewers?
Hey, it's your boy Cyphersick, but everybody call me Sicko. My friends all call me Sicko. How y'all doing out there?
All right, I feel you. So we're gonna go ahead and get started, right? So let's just take it back. How did you get started in the music industry?
I mean, it's crazy. Like, music's been a part of my life literally since I was a kid. Like, even just growing up in church, like being involved with the music ministry, being involved with the choir and stuff like that. But then as far as what they consider secular music or like worldly music or whatever, I kind of got into that and got into hip hop and R&B a little bit more when I was like a preteen, probably like around 12 or 13, right before I became a teenager. But I kind of dove off the porch and went all the way in on it around 14. So I've been seriously doing and pursuing music. I'm 34 now, so it's been a decade. It's been 2 decades I've been doing it, because ever since I wrote my first 16 bars, my first verse, I just never stopped. And as far as what made me even try to write that 16 is that I was around so many powerful, I feel like, figures in the culture that just didn't nobody know about. Like the friends I grew up with, my older brother, like they were prolific rappers even back then, and they used to just just kick rhymes around me all the time. And so I started helping them with like concepts and coming up with ideas for hooks and choruses, but I never had any desires at that point to like actually be a rapper myself. And one day I just sat there and was like, man, I've been around all this dope energy. I got all these really dope examples. Maybe I can do this. So let me just give it a try. And since I was good at being a creative writer, like with stories and poetry and spoken word, I was like, it's all in that same family, but I just never connected the dots. And I'm like, you know what, let me shoot this shot. I wrote my first verse and I've been off to the races ever since. I've been trying to be in this industry full time ever since. I had my first agent like 2 years later at 16. I was signed to an independent label, Dub Life Entertainment here in Chicago. By 17. So I was really like out here grinding, trying my hardest to make something out of this from the day I started doing it. So
yeah, since you've been doing it for so long, how would you compare music from then till now with your style, of course?
I mean, man, for me, I think like for just me as an artist, the difference in it is when I was creating music then, it was still at its core really lyrical. Like I'm really big on lyricism. That's one of the heaviest things for me in the culture is like I love lyricism. I love creative writing, creative storytelling, and being able to put those stories into words that resonate with people over a beat. So I think I always had that at my core, but back then it was, I'm not gonna lie, it was more me projecting my frustrations and my emotions of my present situation into my music. So I had like, even before drill music became a thing up here in Chicago, before that ever existed, we was already creating like similar music at that time, like really gang influenced music, because that's the life we was living and just going to school and living in neighborhoods. Like most of us were a part of gangs, or gangs were a part of interacting with gangs was a part of our day-to-day life up here. So that was a lot more in my music. But then I also used to have a lot of fun with other kind of tracks too, because I was still in high school. So, we were still going to juke parties. We were still having stuff like homecoming. So there was like a mixture of good and bad that kind of influenced my music then, which is similar now, but it's different because as an adult, 20 years later, I've had so many different experiences. I've been to so many places outside of Chicago. Hell, I've even been to a lot of places in Chicago, because back then we was kind of trapped in our neighborhood. Like we didn't even really leave the hood like that. Now I've seen all sides of the city. I've seen different sides of the country. And I think that's what my music reflects now, is just that that progression, that growth. I'm way more mature than I was then. I went through therapy and dealt with a lot of unresolved trauma that I had then and was currently living in. So I think that's the difference in my music, just that it shows the growth and the transition as me
Well,
as a person.
I got you. I got you. Deep, deep. So let's go ahead and take it back a little bit. During your early stages, so how was your experience with that independent label Dub Life?
Dub Life, Dub Life Entertainment was a bittersweet experience for me
Okay.
because I cannot thank them enough for the good and the bad, honestly, because it was all a lesson. Everything I went through, being a part of that label, I got my first bit of exposure to the industry. So whether it was like I say, the good stuff and the bad stuff. So I had situations where I felt like I wasn't really being utilized. I felt like I was kind of more of an enhancement talent. I was the youngest artist on label, first and foremost. Like
Oh.
everybody else was older than me. So I was literally like the Little Wayne of that era. Like when he was with the Hot Boys, I was him. So I feel like I was just underutilized, kind of underappreciated to a certain extent. I was just kind of there to enhance the older artists that they were pushing, some of the records that I was on with them. And I mean, I ain't gonna lie, that kind of had a negative effect on me. It definitely like kind of was a source of trauma for me for a while later on down the line. But I also have to acknowledge all the good that they did, giving me my first set of shows outside of the ones that my agent booked for me. Because that's how I even met Dub Life. I did a show that my agent had got me. His name was Reginald Scott, but in the industry he went by Quest. That was his name. So he got me connected with them. The CEO of Dub Life Entertainment, Luce, the spokesman, who's still very active up here in Chicago now. Salute to him. Like he saw me perform that one time and he wanted me to be a part of his team. So just giving me that opportunity, and then all the different artists, producers, DJs, radio personalities, all the people I met, I still have relationships with some of those people to this day, 20 years later. So I can never refute the positives that I got from that too. So
Most definitely.
it was a bittersweet thing for me.
Most definitely. So can you tap into some of your biggest show events that you had in your past? For example, the Surges motorcycle rally show.
Yeah.
How whole experience with that?
It's so funny that you bring that up, Taj, because I was just looking at somebody, one of my friends that's a professional wrestler. She's out there at the Sturgis motorcycle rally right now, like presently. So I was just looking at her story and telling her how it's crazy because I remember I had that event out there. But yeah, that show was actually another bittersweet situation. That was my second out of town show. Really, I'm gonna say my first because I've done shows in the state of Indiana, which is our neighboring state. Kind of how like New York and New Jersey right next to each other. That's how Indiana, Illinois is. But I've gone deep into Indiana too. So I kind of count that as my first out of town show. But I'm going to say this one because that was in South Dakota. So that's right where Mount Rushmore was. We were staying like right on the other side of the mountain, like the back side of the mountain. So I literally went out there. I spent my last dime. Me and my cousin put our money together, make sure we had enough gas money to drive out there. Because I hadn't flew at this time. So we was just taking road trips. Drove all the way out there. It was a show I was contracted to do. I was supposed to make a pretty, decent amount of money from doing it. I was working with this promotion and this independent radio station called Bizarre Radio. I had been on their station for like 6 or 7 months prior to that. But what ended up happening was unfortunately, when we were on our way there, the shows for us ended up not happening because the promotional company and the radio station I was being represented by, they said something in the media about Def Jam Records, and they ended up suing them for slander. So once that lawsuit became active, it was kind of like the red button got pushed on us. The EIN number that the company was under, they wouldn't allow that to be used anymore, and that was how we were going to get paid. So all of the venues that we went to at the Sturgis rally wouldn't even take us no more because of who our representation was. But we ended up turning a negative into a positive though, because we ended up finding some other local events to go do. And we just made the most out of it. We went and rocked out those local spots. We actually made some really good friends. And we actually had some people give us somewhere to stay. Because like I said, we spent all our money to get out there because we were under the impression we were going to get paid for our time out there. So we were basically out there stranded for like 2 weeks. But we, by the grace of God and by us doing those local events, we found some people that they heard our story and knew what we was going through. And they took care of us and made sure we was good back home.
Nice. God is awesome all the time.
All the time.
All the time.
And this is early in the game for me, so it was like, man, but I don't regret that though, times because that taught me that made me have a lot more Teflon skin for the future when other events would come up and certain stuff wouldn't happen the way I wanted it to. That experience is what I always compared it to. I say it ain't worse than this. So I was like, if I made it through that, I could make it through anything.
You can make it through anything, right? You can live and learn. Definitely, that's life's challenges, life struggles. You gotta just you fall, you pick yourself back up, and you just keep it. Just keep it moving,
For sure, keep your head up. You know what I'm saying? Always looking up to the sky, because like I said, that's what we shooting for anyway. Ain't no point in looking down. We ain't shooting for down there. You know what I'm saying?
Most def. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna play one of your songs, and I'm gonna tap into that, and then we can talk about it after. All right?
All right, let's get it.
Let's do it. So let me see. One of my favorite ones because I liked it. So let's see. Here it is.
I'm curious on what song you picked.
Well, it's the one you killed it on this.
I appreciate you. Thank you. I always try to I aim to please. You know what I'm saying?
Set the table for the fam so we can eat dinner.
Yeah, it's realest alive. Yeah. That's one of them.
So fuck all my old friends that's talking down. Underground king with an awesome sound.
Make the offer now.
The weed smoke, let's get high. The eyes and
Open your mind.
love it, yeah, she feeling the vibe. These are the lights.
Like the times of the realest alive.
Dope. This is a nice track, yo.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Salute to you on that one. So let's talk about this for like a little bit. Who is your producer on this collabo? How did you come up with that whole vibe persona?
That record is produced by super producer 2 Official. That's like my brother. I ain't gonna lie. That's one of my main primary producers. He's based out of here in Chicago. He has a lot of experience working with a lot of the people on the East Coast that I've tapped in with, like the Griselda family, Black Soprano family. Like he's just a really dope producer, man. And we wanted to do something different. Most of the stuff we do is very boom bap-ish. It has that East Coast DJ scratch, real gritty type of sound to it with the fat drums, you know what I'm saying? So that's I love that. That's one of my favorite genres of hip hop because I feel like that's like the purest form of it. Yeah. And but we want to do something different. Like people were so used to hearing that from us. So that's how he produced this record. We wanted to get something with a little more soul, a little more flavor, something where I can kind of play with my vocal tones a little bit because I don't sing no more. I used to sing when I was younger, but I always say God took my singing voice and gave me my rap voice. So I don't sing, but I try to do a little bit of vocal tone shifting from time to time, if you will. And the collab on that was Chicago legend. That's Vic Spencer. He's literally a legend here in the city. He's been doing music for a long time. He has stamps and cosigns and features with pretty much every major artist up here and other ones all around the world. So and that's like he's like a brother to me. I actually met him outside of rap. Like we met on some personal situation, and I never even expected to run into him because I'm like, yo, like you Vic Spencer, but he just treated me like a normal guy. And then eventually we started hanging out. He realized I was a rapper and, it just kind of went from there. So that collaboration is special to me because I got to do it with my brother, 2 Official, as a producer. And I got to have one of the biggest Chicago legends that I know personally on the record as well, who I also can say is like a brother. So that was just a really dope record. And it speaks for itself. We the realest alive. We some of the realest guys you will meet, especially from up here, especially in this industry where most people was fake and fraudulent. So we just wanted to keep that energy on that song.
Yeah. So you said you are located in Chicago now.
Yep.
How is the music vibe there? The industry. How is it over there?
I think we in a really good space right now because there's like a shift happening up here right now. So I think the shift has really been happening the last couple of years since I came back outside and really started pushing my music again. And we have been known for like the last better decade and a half just for drill because that's what the industry picked up and they ran with. And don't get it wrong, we support the music that come out of our city. We don't support all the violence that's attached to it, but the music is still good when you separate the violence from it, if you can separate it. but we wanted the world to know that there's more to our city than just that. Like I've gone to Las Vegas, I've gone to LA, I've gone to New York, I've gone to like a lot of different places, Atlanta, Houston, and they didn't even believe that there was other kind of music coming out of Chicago outside of the drill scene. So now it's so many dope hip hop lyrical artists. It's so many dope like party rappers who kind of facilitate those club vibes, and they just trying to party in peace and have a good time. There's a lot of different frequencies, if you will, coming out of the city right now. So I think the music scene up here is really dope. It's thriving. It shows galore, whether we talking about just open mics or actual like bigger shows with major artists, and there's opportunities to open up for them. The radio personalities are out in the streets. You can actually see them and reach out and touch them and get them your information. Even some of the legends like the Queen of Chicago, Shauna outside. She back outside. She just dropped a new project with L Streets, and we running into her a lot outside. So it's just, I think the music scene is having like a real resurgence, a real rejuvenation, because everybody up here in Chicago feels like we have something to prove to the rest of the world. Like we more than just drill. Like we support the drill, but it's way more than just that up here.
I feel you. So can you tap into some of your future upcoming events? I saw that you have your Summerfest 2025.
Yeah.
The Smokechella.
Yeah, those are the next two joints coming up. So
you let our viewers know, because I do have a lot of viewers. So for the ones that are in your area, where can they tap into that? Where they can get tickets, tap in with you, possibly. Sure. Let us know.
For sure. Yeah, I want everybody under the sound of my voice to listen, man. August 16th, I will be performing live at Smokechella, which is one of the biggest 420 friendly events in Chicago. I'm talking about, this is an annual event every year. Salute to my sister, Cherie Sloan. This is her event. Salute to Highly Productive Chicago. That's her company that hosts the event. And it's her birthday celebration too. So, man, y'all come out if y'all in the area. Come toast one in the air with me and my sis, and just come enjoy the performances. Even if you don't smoke or don't partake of 420 festivities, we have, other stuff that people who don't do that can partake in as well. There's going to be infused food and regular food. So make sure y'all come out. You can get your tickets at highlyproductivechicago.com. Once again, that's highlyproductivechicago.com, all normal spelling. And you can also just hit me on my DM, Facebook, Instagram, and I'll make sure I get you a link for the tickets. And then the second event that Taj just mentioned is the My Radio Chicago Summerfest 2025, Make America Juke Again. That's going to be in Maryville, Indiana at Joe's Bar and Grill, which is a very famous spot up here. A lot of major artists do events there, and a lot of people in underground do events there. I performed there more times than I can count, but this will be my second time this year. And this is what it says. It's a juke event. So all those records that will be played, including the ones I'm doing, are songs that are to make y'all dance, to make y'all footwork, to make the ladies twerk. Like, it's that type of vibe. We really want to bring back that juke party feel that we grew up on in the 90s and early 2000s. So that'll be on the 23rd. And you can get your tickets on Eventbrite for that. Just look up My Radio Chicago Summerfest 2025 and you'll see it. Grab your tickets. And if you're in Maryville, Indiana, or the Chicago metropolitan area, man, pull up on your boy, man. Come slide and come see your boy rock out live. I promise it'll be worth your while. And it's going to be a host of other great talent at both of those events. Okay, great. And keep me tapped into that as well.
I got you. I'm more than happy to promote whatever it is, you need. I got you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Definitely gained a fan, so I'll be looking towards more of your music. So just keep us tapped in. So can you let our viewers know which platforms we can find your all of your music on?
No, absolutely. So you can find my music on all digital streaming platforms. So that's your Spotify, your Apple Music, your Amazon Music, your YouTube and YouTube Music, your Deezer, pretty much anywhere where you can find your favorite major artist that has a deal. You can find my music as well. It's also on all social media like Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram. So make sure y'all put it in your stories, put it on your reels, man. I need all of that type of action, and I appreciate the support. Just look up CYP, HERSICK on any of those platforms. You'll find me. You can also check out my website, which is www.cyphersick.com. And all the links to all of my socials and my music is also there. All the projects I've dropped in the last 2-3 years are there, and I also have a new album that should be out very soon. That song that you played, "Real is Alive," is one of the singles off of My Time 3, which is it's the third project in the series with me and 2 Official. He produced the entire project. That will be dropping soon. I don't have the exact date yet because we still finalize some things, but it'll be out before the end of the year for sure. So just stay in tune and just lock in with me, man. And if y'all in Chicago, catch me in the streets. I'm outside.
So definitely let me know when the album drop, so I can post it and play, post your single. And so definitely post it with that, and where we can purchase the album and things of that nature and all that other goody stuff.
So we locked in, Tasha. I got you. I appreciate you so much for this. Thank you so much.
No worries. So what would you like the world to know about Cyphersick?
The primary thing I want the world to know about me is that I'm a survivor in the truest form of that word. I survived growing up in Chicago all these years. I've been living here my entire life. Only left twice and came right back, and I still made it. I survived suicide attempts, and I survived just getting through that mind state and being able to push forward. Now I have such a great appreciation for life. I have such a hunger for life. And that's what I try to portray mostly in my music, is just so people understand we come from these environments, we come from these dark mindsets and dark places sometimes, but there is another side. Like if you allow him, God will come into your life and work in so many amazing ways. And I'm just grateful that I had the opportunity to still be here. When I was in a worse state of mind, he still had mercy on me and he brought me back full circle. So now I just try to be an inspiration to other people. So that's the main thing I want people to know, is that I'm here to inspire. I'm here to motivate. I'm here to show you that I'm a good example of what happens when you don't give up, even when you feel like it every day. It's plenty of days, even now, that I still don't feel like getting up and doing what I got to do, but I get up and do it though. And by the time I get up and get active, I start getting back in the groove. My blood start flowing. The energy and the vibration start to get a little higher. So I just want everybody to remember that no matter what you're going through, or no matter what it is that you feel like you can't overcome, you can. You just got to push forward, and you got to reinforce your mind with positivity, reinforce your spirit with love, and that's how you're gonna make it through. That's what I want everybody to know about me, because I stand for that, and I'm standing on that straight up.
Words to live by, because mental health is real, and I am so happy to have you here with us today. Happy to have you on my show tonight, because if you had allowed that dark side to evolve around you, we wouldn't even be having this conversation.
That's true.
So I'm so happy you overcame that. Keep being inspiration to others, because a lot of people need that. A lot of people just need to hear that. And I'm so happy to have that platform to be able to share, your story and other people's stories, because we all have a story to tell.
And those stories impact other people. And that's what it's about. That's why when you sent the invite, I was like, oh, most definitely. Because anytime I can take my story or my testimony and experiences and just be a blessing to somebody else with just giving them a gem. It might be one thing I say on this whole interview that just connects with somebody, and they like, you know what, I can make it. You know what, that he's right. Cypher's right. I can pursue my dreams, and I don't have to listen to the people that's telling me I can't. So that's all I ever want to be, is just the inspiration. Because I know for a fact the artists that I follow, they inspire me every day. And I'm blessed enough to say, Tasha, I've gotten to work with some of those artists, people who have record deals, and they have way more followers and way more money than me, and they're just regular human beings, and they're living the life that I'm already manifesting. So I'm just grateful to have had the opportunity to be inspired by them, then to get in their company and start building relationships with them. So that's why I have to pass the energy on, because you couldn't have told me that would have happened 20 years ago. so just living it now, I'm like, man, it's so surreal, and I'm just so grateful. Like, honestly.
Yeah. And like I always say in my quote, and I have posted this, I can and I will.
Facts.
And I'm putting that out to you as well. You can, and you most definitely will.
We already did. It's already written. You feel me? It's already written.
Now, before we go, are there any shout outs you would like to give?
Well, first and foremost, I want to shout out to you, Tach Melody, just for just letting me come on here and chop it up with you for a minute. Like I said, these type of opportunities mean so much to me because that just means somebody saw me somewhere else, whether it was in person, whether it was on the internet, because I do a lot of traveling, a lot of touring. So it could have been a billion places that you saw me, but the fact that you reached out and connected with me, it means everything because that shows me that I'm doing something. Because it's easy for people in my proximity to reach out to me. They're here in Chicago with me. But for someone somewhere else in a different market, that just means so much. So shout out to you, and then shout out to your whole platform and all your viewers and listeners. And then I also want to shout out my big homie Fuego Bass from Black Soprano Family. He's actually up here in Chicago now, just landed, so I'm about to go link with him and see what work we can get done. Salute to the whole BSF, Benny the Butcher, like I say, Fuego Bass, Sule, everybody over there, because I was on tour with them earlier this year. And that was like an amazing experience for me to do. That was my first multi-city tour that I got to do. And that's with some of my favorite artists. And just salute to all the people out there that's grinding, all the underdogs in Chicago, outside Chicago, man. Just keep going. All I need y'all to do is remember, we going to make it. Just keep going. Matter of fact, like I say, we already made it. We just got to step into our manifestation. So and I just also want to just shout out God for just being good to me. Always, even when I didn't realize how good he was being to me and just giving me the mind state and the maturity that I have now, because I couldn't be in this industry doing what I'm doing if I didn't have him. If I didn't have that covering and that protection and that guide and light, I would probably be back in a dark place. So I can't end this without shouting him out. So
most definitely. And guys, you have it here on the Talk to the Melody show with Cyphersick in the house.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So I do thank you for joining us tonight. And once again, this is Tach Melody from the Talk to the Melody show, season 2, episode 2, y'all.
Yeah.
And we out. Thank you.
The Tach Melody show. The Tach Melody show. The Tach Melody show.
It's the Tach Melody show, bitches.
The Tach Melody show. The Tach Melody show.
It's the Tach Melody show, bitches.
The Tach Melody show. The Tach Melody show. The Tach Melody show. The Tach Melody show.
It's the Tach Melody show, bitches.
The Tach Melody show.